3 rounds, 25 yards into a 3x5 index card. Well, basically the upper half of a 3x5 index card. That's a pretty difficult shot, free-handed. You know what? These devices right here make it a whole lot easier. Don't think they don't. The mini red dot sight on handguns these days is quite the, I don't want to say rage because it's here to stay. They're quite popular. Now, I get the question all the time is, are they ready for prime time as far as a combative pistol? I don't think it matters. They're here. So, love them, hate them, they're here and people are going to be using them. This happens to be the new Trijicon SRO, and I just mounted this on the pistol yesterday. This is my second range session with it, and I got to tell you that I kind of like it. Now, come in close, we'll take a look. What I've set up here is I've got a Bowie Tactical Concepts lower grip frame. I've got a slide that was already pre-cut from Ames Surplus in Middletown, Ohio. Also, their stainless steel barrel. Some Ameriglow suppressor sights that I just basically put a dot of green on there. I didn't want my dot on my sight to be the same color as the dot in my optic. And then the SRO itself, which is quite a remarkable unit. As you can see, it's got a pretty large window on it, so you can find it real easy. And it's got a battery compartment that you can get to without taking the unit off the slide. It's got click adjustable zeroing capability. You know, that screwdriver audible tactile click is something that people expect in a tactical grade optic, and the SRO has that. It's got a glass screen in it, so that the scratching is going to be less than it would be with some of the plastic models. And it's made of forged aluminum, the same type of aluminum that would be on a tactical grade flashlight. It also has some sort of a rubberish neoprene type coating on it. And as you can see, you can adjust the brightness of the dot, or you can just let it stay in its state where it'll set itself based on the lighting conditions, which that's pretty much what I have done. Now, the question usually comes up, is it duty ready? I don't know. I can tell you it's a lot more durable than maybe it's getting credit for, because this is the newer brother to the RMR, which is designed to take a lot of abuse. The problem with the RMR, because it is so armored, is it has pretty thick walls all the way around, and it's got that concave top, which makes it more difficult to get right up in front of your eye where you want it. As you can see from the SRO, because of the side of that TV screen, for lack of a better phrase, you can get in that real easy. But it does make it less capable of standing up to the type of abuse that maybe a police duty pistol would suffer. Now, it's more durable than it gets credit for. Just yesterday, I dropped mine from about this height right down to the gravel. Sweaty hands, I was doing multiple things, it slipped out of my hands, landed right on top. And the first thing I thought is, oh crap, the first day I've got it and I've already broken it. I picked it up, it was kind of scratched up all around. You can still see some of the nicks and dinks into the neoprene, but I cleaned it off, wiped the window, the dust off the window, and it worked just fine. There was no re-zeroing, it was right there, there was nothing wrong with the screen. It worked great. So will it stand up to the routine daily abuse that a pistol will take? Yeah, I think it will. Trijicon says it's for target shooting and for competition. Do I think it's okay for everyday carry or maybe off-duty police carry? I actually do. Whether or not the red dot sight is for you is something that you're going to have to decide. I don't know. And I got to be perfectly honest with the viewer. I don't totally trust them yet. Maybe at some point I will, but I don't right now. I just don't think they're as reliable as those fixed iron sights. Now, that's not to say that fixed sights haven't gotten loose in the dovetail and moved back and forth. They have. They've done that to me. But the mini red dot sight, it can lose its zero and you really don't notice. One of the things talking to red dot sight users, they'll tell you, well, if it fails, you just shift to your iron sights. Well, maybe. I had a circumstance or a situation happen to me in Colorado when I was teaching a class, when I was moving from target to target. I hit an 8-inch steel plate at 7 yards. I moved back to 14. I turned, I came up, put the dite right on the plate, boom, missed it. Well, the first assumption is that it was me. It's not the equipment, it's me. Second shot, missed again. Okay, I'm starting to get concerned. Third shot, missed again. That's not me. I'm not that bad of a shot. And the reason I didn't shift to my iron sights was because the dot was still there. The only way I found out that my red dot had shifted zero slightly is because I stopped, I took very careful aim, I depressed the trigger smoothly, and because the range was mostly a sand range, I could see the impact just off to the right side of the plate. I had to get out the tool to reset it, and it had shifted zero on me unexpectedly. But would you see that in a gunfight? You know what? I didn't see it when I was just shooting under a little bit of duress. The red dot is there. I'm thinking you're still going to want to use the red dot, not shift to your iron. So that's one of them little things that I found out about red dot sights that still makes me a little reluctant. But that said, I am going to work with them because I'm seeing more and more students use them. Well, Dave, just use the RMR. That's the toughest one. You know what? I've seen the RMR go down in my classes. So, you know, it's an electronic device. Things can happen, as they can with fixed sights. I realize that. Am I going to continue to work with Trijicon SRO? Oh, you bet. You bet. I really like it. I like the way it works. It's pretty tall for a concealment pistol, but not unduly so. And as you can see, I can put it in my holster and it kind of just blends in with it, and I come up and out. Is it easy to get into the sight window? Yes, but you know what? I never had problems with that anyway. I bring the gun up, I present it to the target like I normally do, up, out, like an upside down L, and the sight is there. And if for some reason the dot's not there, I have found in my personal experience that if I just lock my wrist, it's there. I don't need to do any special motions. Up, out, lock the wrist, the dot is there. So, Trijicon SRO, an excellent piece of equipment. Is it better than the RMR? Depends on what you're going to do with it. It's faster to see. Is it as durable if I'm going to like punch it against a barricade or do some other crazy thing? Probably not. But I like it. I'm going to continue to work with it. You'll probably see it in some of my classes. But am I ready to jump over to it for my carry gun? Not yet. Dave Spalding, Handgun Combatives. Thanks for checking in.